Hey everybody, welcome to this A True English Listening Practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Before we start, remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell and follow us on Instagram. You ready? So today I'm gonna talk about manners. What are manners? The word manners refers to the way people behave in social situations. So I'm going to talk about good manners and bad manners in the US and compare it to other countries. Specifically, we're going to focus on dining etiquette. The word etiquette is another word for manners. Dining etiquette is fun to talk about because there are many differences throughout the world when it comes to this topic. In the US, for example, it's not polite to make a lot of noise while you are eating. It's not polite to chew your food loudly or with your mouth opened, and it's not polite to sip your drink or soup loudly. The verb sip refers to the act of drinking or consuming something like this. And if you sip something loudly, we say that you are slurping. To be honest, this is very hard for me to avoid. When I eat soup, I always slurp it. My wife always lectures me about this and tells me not to do it, especially when we're in public. However, in places like Japan, sipping or even slurping your food loudly is not considered rude. In fact, it's considered rude if you don't slurp your soup. If you eat ramen in Japan, you are supposed to eat it like this. So my bad habit wouldn't be a problem in Japan. Interesting her. Here's another similar example. In the US, it's considered every rule to burp in public. Burping is the sound you make with your throat after you eat or drink something like soda. So in America, you definitely won't hear people burping in restaurants. However, in many places in China, burping after you eat your meal isn't rude. It can actually be a compliment to the chef. It tells the chef that you liked the food. I think this is a pretty interesting difference between manners in the US and China. Something else that considered good etiquette in the US is to politely refuse when someone offers you food. If someone offers you food in a situation where you didn't plan to eat together, it's polite to refuse at least the first offer. For example, let's say you're at someone's house and you're not good friends with them and they offer to make you some food. You can say something like, "Oh, that's okay, you don't have to do that." Then the person often offers again, and then maybe you accept the second offer or maybe you don't. It's not rude to refuse offers for food. I do this a lot even if I do want the food. This is seen as polite in the US because you don't want to inconvenience other people. However, in Mexico and in many Latin American countries, you are supposed to eat the food that you are offered. It can be considered rude if you don't eat what's offered to you. This is definitely a cultural difference. Another interesting thing about Mexican dining etiquette is the way that people sometimes say no thank you. For example, if you are at the dinner table and someone offers to give you more bread or something, it's common to do this. People might do this while saying no thank you, or if their mouth is full of food, they might just put their hand up like this without saying anything. However, in the US and in many other countries, it would be rude to do this to someone. That's another big difference. Okay, one last example of good dining etiquette in America is keeping your elbows off the table. When you're eating, you are not supposed to put your elbows on the table like this. That being said, I think that putting your elbows on the table has become more acceptable in recent years. Nowadays, many parents don't lecture their children for putting their elbows on the table. It seems as normal now. Alright, now I'm gonna ask you some questions about today's video to see how well you understood. Number 1, what's another word for manners? Number 2, in which country is slurping your soup acceptable? And number 3, in which country or region is it considered rude to refuse food? Okay, remember to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell and follow us on Instagram for more English tips and lessons. I'll see you next time.